Hey, bestie. So I don't know about you or if you could relate to your reading month in September, but I know my reading month was kind of like, bleh. In terms of like how many books I read. Like I just couldn't read. I don't know what it was. Look at this. Look at this. Like I only got one ice cube in here. And tell me if you could relate with this. I go to get my drink on, right? And this is ginger ale, by the way. So let me just state that. Go to get ice and ice cube trays. Where are the ice cubes? None. If that isn't a pet peeve, I don't know what is. There's just one ice cube. The other tray is empty. Like the ice cube is like barely filled, like literally thin sheets of ice. You know what? Let's just get into this reading wrap up. September reading wrap up. You know what? It has me messed up. One ice cube, guys. All right, bestie. So remember, I was giving Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare a second chance, right? All right, let's talk about it. So I go into it, I already know what's going to happen because, I mean, was it going to be any shocking turn of events? Not really, right? Because I knew going into this, basically, it was a reincarnation of the Shadowhunter series, right? Will is Jace, Tessa's Clary, Jem is I guess somewhat of a Simon. No, no, no. Let me not do that to Jem. Jem is my heart. Let's just state that. Jem, there's no comparison. Jem is everything. I love him. He's my cinnamon roll. He can do no wrong, okay? Jessamine, she is Isabella, basically, except, with a few little differences. The plot, I mean, it's meh. It's pretty predictable. What I will say that I appreciated more, which I guess that's the reason it bumped up my rating from a 2-star rating to a 3-star rating. I was like a little bit more invested in wanting to know more about Tessa and like where she came from. And I think it's mainly because of the simple fact that when I first read it, I just like flew through it and I didn't really care. I didn't find Will so much of, an asshole like I did the first time around. I think maybe it's because I was gonna say I think maybe it's because I grew more of a liking to assholes, but then again, I don't think that's ever been a problem for me. So, like Ginnie, let's just face it. I think you've always kind of liked assholes. I mean, even people you dated were assholes. So yeah, I think you always had that problem. So I don't know what it was the first time around about Will that was just like, oh, he's such a this and that. Yeah, girl, stop it. But on the other hand, I still did kind of find Tessa annoying, which is no surprise with that because I always tend to find protagonists annoying. I think it's because they're so whiny and just so needy and annoying. No. And maybe it's just because I'm not that kind of girl. I'm just a very like, I guess I'm just the asshole.
They've got it wrong on the menu. It's not a crab cake. It's a crab cake.
So maybe that's the reason why I gravitate more to the asshole character. I think that's it. Yeah, because I'm a freaking Scorpio, so we're always misunderstood and I'm always the villain, So yeah, that's what it is. I'm just the asshole. So I would be the Will in the story. So maybe, that's why I always find the protagonist annoying. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, 3-star rating. And I am going to read the next one this month. And yeah, moving on. So another book, bestie, that I was able to read last month was Shatter Me by Tahiri Mafi. And all right, so with this book, I actually forgot to mention that I had it on my TBR to read. And I was really excited to read this one because, there's so much hype surrounding it. Even though I did go into it with a grain of salt because of the hype surrounding it. It's an older YA. And besties, you know me. You know how I am about the older YA. I kind of always feel like, eh. Okay, so I read this one along with the audiobook. It was good, but it also can drive you a little bit crazy. She was like very manic. Juliet, I mean. She was like very manic, a little bit like crazy, and the narrator did it very well. Okay, now going into the character of Juliet. So there was some things that did annoy me about her, like again, female protagonist annoying. I felt like she was really needy at times, and even though I can understand why, she has like this power that nobody can touch her, right? That's I guess why the author kind of made her, in a sense, kind of needy. I guess because she didn't get that love because she couldn't. It makes sense. It was like very repetitive, some of the stuff she would say. So I think that that's was something that kind of annoyed me after a while of reading this. And then there's Adam. So the thing with Adam is that I felt like he was pretty like just like two dimensional, or shall I say just pretty like bland and blah.
Dry and tasteless.
He lacked personality. Like, you're as dry as like the wheat crackers that I don't like to eat. You know?
It's the soup. It's drier than the Sahara Desert.
Like, I really didn't like him. You kind of feel bad for his character at the same time, but at the same time, you're also like, I'm just bored with you. You know, like, who cares? And then there's Warner, you know, like, who everybody loves, right? And he's another asshole. So, how do you think I felt about him? Well, if you guessed that I liked him, ding ding ding, you are correct, because I was like, yes, villain. That's what I like. I love that. He was ruthless. He was a savage. I don't know why people don't like him, because this villain is it for me. He was quick to be like, you're not gonna do this. Boom, you're dead.
Stop it. Get some help.
I love that. Yes. He was not just one of those, you know, fake villains, you know, with the little mustache, like, yes, blah, blah, blah. No, he was like, you're gonna listen to me or you're just done. That's it. So it's like, don't mess with Warner. Point blank, period. Yeah, he's just a little psycho, okay? Listen, bestie. There was some gripes that I had with this, all right? Tahiri Mafi's writing, it was beautiful, right? It was very poetic. It was lyrical. There was things about it that I was like, wow. Because this is a dystopian, right? It's like post-apocalyptic. This world is a world that I would not want to be in, okay? I would not want to picture a world where there's no birds flying, everything is dead, there's no flowers blooming, and I love flowers, okay? I love butterflies, I love that, okay? No, I don't want to be in a world like that. However, some of her figurative writing was just like, what? I didn't get to annotate this because I was mainly listening to it most of the time, but there was something about your smile is like Jupiter. That's something that I remembered, and I was like, what? I don't understand what that meant. Listen, bestie, if you understand what that meant, comment below, because I'm lost. But yeah, with all of that being said, I gave this a 3-star rating. Is it interesting enough for me to continue? Yes. So I will be continuing. Am I going to continue on this month? I don't think so. Maybe next month or maybe the following. I don't know when I'm going to continue on, but I guess if I'm in the mood for it this month or next, then I'll continue. But I guess we'll see how that goes. Then, bestie, there's that book that happens, right? That is that book that you needed in your life, right? That book was It Ends With Us. This book right here, bestie, if you have not read it, you need to read it. All right? Read it. Because this book was everything.
Oh, really?
At least in my opinion, it was worth the hype, but you have to check trigger warnings. What I will say is that it starts with us, like, now. So this book had me all over the place with my emotions. And that's what Colleen Hoover was looking to do. I felt that she covered the topics of abuse so well, because we are wait, let me gather myself, because like, listen, bestie, like, I cried, okay?
What?
All right, so this firstly was beautifully written. Secondly, you are feeling and seeing the abuse of what a child sees. And then when she gets older, what she's going through. And then the different forms of abuse. Colleen, yo, she has you feeling these emotions. You are feeling for a particular character. You are like rooting for them, but then you feel bad. And then at the same, excuse me, I didn't ask for music in my video. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, and then at the same token, you're like forgiving, but then you're like, no, you have to leave, girl. What are you doing? And then you're kind of a little bit judgmental, but then you're understanding, but then you're also like, he's not gonna do it again. But then you're also like, girl, what are you doing? You know, like, but I know that that was Colleen's intention. Like, I know she wanted you to feel that. Like, I know that was the point, because this is what you go through. Like, this is what, as women, especially like when you are a woman dealing with abuse, because I was there, you know, like I was that woman. I was that woman that was like, oh girl, you need to leave. You need to da 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 da. And then like when you're not that woman in those shoes, you're quick to be judgmental and be like, oh, if that was me, I wouldn't take that. And then when you are that woman in those shoes, you're like, oh, what should I do? Oh, they promised they're not going to do it again. Okay, you know what? You're not going to do it again. And blah, blah, blah. I believe you. And then the fact that you're married, that makes it even more hard. Or like, let's just say children are involved, or like whatever the case in different situations it may be, you're just stuck. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But this book hit on so many levels. And then it also shows you how childhood plays a role in shaping somebody's life. Oh my God, guys, this book right here. Then there's a part where the mom, listen, that hit me. I was like, yes, guys, listen.
Ron, where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Oh my God, guys, this book right here, 5 beautiful stars, 5 billion stars. How about that? How about that? Because this book hit me deep. Listen, you know what? I'm not gonna say no more. You just gotta read it, all right? Read it. Read it, bestie. Read it, and then we could talk about it even further. But read it. Read it, please. Read it. All right? All right. Make sure you do. Before you get excited, hold up. All right, so I read some of this. But listen. All right. I didn't read all of it because you got to take your time with this book. All right. You got to take your time with this book. And the buddy read is from September to November. All right. But listen, okay. Plan is that I do plan on reading it in October. All right. I even created a prompt in my fall readathon, which I have going on from October to November. So if you don't know about that readathon, then check out this video right here and join us, because we're gonna have fun, and we have a Discord server down there. So check it out and make sure you check out this video. Love you.